There's a movement. How's it going, everybody, and welcome to my channel. I'm Dusty Mac, and I do reactions like this usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I also do some bonus videos and stream hardly ever. And today we are jumping into the brand new Lord of the Rings TV show for Amazon Prime. This is the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power, I believe. You know, I'm not a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Obviously, I did grow up with them. I have some, nostalgia for them as well, because, like, I remember taking this girl to a date to go see The Return of the King, and, just a lot of good memories surround the Lord of the Rings for me. You know, obviously there was the actors like Ian McKellen, who brought Gandalf to life, and of course Samwise Gamgee, who ended up being on Stranger Things, and then obviously Elijah Wood as Frodo. But this is just like a trilogy that I grew up with that just, it does sit in a special place in my heart. But it's like one of those things I don't really talk about a lot. I'm hoping this kind of like revives my interest in the Lord of the Rings, and I do know that they released the first 2 episodes, so I'm going to be watching those today. So basically this is a 2-episode, 2-hour pilot. So I could be watching the actual Lord of the Rings movie in the time it takes me to like watch 2 episodes. So this is better be good. I don't know if it's 9 episodes or 10, but this is going to be 10 hours-ish of Lord of the Rings compared to, what, 9 total for the whole trilogy of the movies. So I don't know if they're going to do 1 season per book. Are there 3 books to Lord of the Rings? Or is it just like 1 book that he split into 3? Honestly, I don't know. I haven't read the Lord of the Rings because those books are thick. So yeah, I haven't seen a single trailer for this. I haven't heard anything. Honestly, the only thing I have heard is like people were bitching about the costumes looking fake or cheap or something like that, which this is Daddy Jeff Bezos' company. He should have enough money to throw at this to make it look as good, or it should be looking better than Peter Jackson's, which is now, what, 20 years old at this point? So yeah, I'm just really excited to get into this and see what awaits us in this new Lord of the Rings. So like I said, if you like this reaction and want to see more like it, please make sure you hit that like button for the algorithm and subscribe, and hit that little bell in the corner because it'll tell you when my next video comes out, which is usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I also do some bonus videos and stream hardly ever. And if you guys want to support the channel financially, the Patreon and everything else is down below. And with the Patreon, you're going to get these reactions full length in week or weeks before the YouTube audience. So if that interests you, go over there and check that out. If not, they'll be on the YouTubes eventually. So yeah, I guess without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into this pilot episode for the Lord of the Rings, the Rings of Power. This one is Season 1, Episode 1, A Shadow of the Past. Let's do it. I did have my portable unit on, but it's way too loud. I tried to do that for the 2nd episode of Game of Thrones, or House of the Dragon, and it was just really loud throughout. So there is a fan going off over there, so if you hear that, sorry, but I'm gonna, hopefully I don't get too hot during these 2 hours, so see where it goes.
Nothing is evil in the beginning.
Sauron. Adolf Hitler.
And there was a time when the world was so young, there had not yet been a sunrise.
These elves or something? Yeah, they are elves. Is this going to include, like, the Silmarillion, I think it's called? Like, the appendices or whatever for Lord of the Rings?
Even you couldn't possibly believe there was scrap of float.
It's going to sail.
Little magic.
It's not done!
That's how you create a villain, guys. What little shits?
I told you it wouldn't float.
Lose your footing again, Galadriel.
Oh, that's Galadriel. That's the chick that Aragorn was dating, right?
Do you know why a ship floats and a stone cannot? Because the stone sees only downward.
No, it's because of buoyancy, dumb elves.
But the ship has a secret fixed upon the light that guides her.
Sometimes it's hard to say which way is up and which way is down. How am I to know which lights to follow?
I'm sure that secret's going to come up in the end of the season or the end of the series.
That seems so simple.
The most important truths often are. You must learn to discern them for yourself. I won't always be here to speak them to you.
You won't?
We had no word for death, for we thought our joys would be unending.
Because they are immortal, right? Alright. Looks pretty much how it did in the movies.
Light would never dim.
It's the world tree from Elden Ring.
The great foe Morgoth destroyed the very light of our home.
Did you see that? That looked like Sauron. That was cool. That was a really cool shadow effect.
Elves went to war.
Oh, that's a nice shot.
A place known as Middle Earth.
So it's like another continent. Ooh, this feels a lot like the opening for Lord of the Rings. Wait, is this the story that we're getting where he's like, throw it in? And he's like,
No, I don't think I will.
They said it would be over quickly, but
Probably
the
was.
war
Not
left
for the elves,
Middle
though.
Earth in ruin.
Ooh, that's a sweet shot. I never understand, like, with immortal beings growing up, how long are they children? Like Thor, for example. Like, how long is he a child before he's, like, teenager and adult?
Now we learned many words for death.
Jesus. That reminds me of the picture of all those buffalo skulls. It's heartbreaking.
For his orcs had spread under the command of his most devoted servant.
Damn.
They called him Sauron.
Did the
Sauron found him first and marked his flesh with a symbol. His vow became mine. And so, to the ends of the earth we hunted Sauron. Century gave way to century. For many elves, the pain of those days passed out of thought.
Not for Galadriel, I bet.
I wish I could be one of them.
She's got conviction then. Is this gonna be like how she meets Aragorn then? Or maybe Aragorn and the hobbits, maybe they're not even gonna be in this. I don't know if it's like a prequel. That's why you don't want to be last when you're climbing an ice wall. Damn. She's like, you guys coming or?
None who ever dared search for this last stronghold has ever found anything. Perhaps we would be wise to camp here and tomorrow begin the journey home.
Sounds like giving up, and that doesn't sound like Galadriel to me.
We are losing the light.
There you go.
Commander, we keep moving! Galadriel, stop! There's nothing out here.
There it is. Or there it is. Oh shit. There it is. Those are just little outposts or something, like little guard towers. Damn, that'd be disheartening. All that way and it's just destroyed. Oh, that was cool. Wait, that's probably just Snorri. I was gonna say, is that Gollum? I think this is just a prequel series. Like maybe even before The Hobbit itself. Bilbo's unexpected journey. Damn. Like a torture chamber? Or it's not a fun house, that's for damn sure. Oh, it's a forge.
These orcs were meddling with the powers of the unseen world.
Oh, shit.
Stone cannot hide the mark of one whose very hand is flame unquenched.
That symbol wasn't in the movies, was it? Was that from the books itself, or?
Sauron was here. At sunrise we move on.
The mark is centuries old.
Centuries. Does that mean it's been centuries since she was a little girl? And is she wearing mithril? Is that what that is? The way it's showing up there, I'm trying to see if there's any... Wait. Oh. There's a movement. Oh, shit. They all got taken out by that. Damn, it really does look good, though. Honestly, from my recollection, it kind of looks like the troll from the first movie. Okay, Legolas. Yeah, y'all keep following her. Damn, got a double tap.
We march at first light.
Challenging her.
Then you shall do so alone.
You shall not have my sword or my bow. She just saved all your asses right now, and that's how you're gonna do her? Cowards. I'm not exactly sure why it froze, because wasn't it supposed to be hot, so it shouldn't have just like evaporated? I don't know.
Looked like a badger, more likely a half-foot.
What is a half foot? Is that what they call hobbits?
Dangerous creatures they are.
Definitely not a hobbit. Right, that's a hobbit then, right? Okay, these are like less civilized looking hobbits. Like they don't have like a little town, they're just living in nature.
Clear and clear.
They're actually afraid of people. I like how they hide like that. Their entire village they hide. That's kind of cool. There'll be people with giant antlers walking through.
We're not supposed to be out this far. If we didn't do everything we weren't supposed to do, we'd hardly do anything at all.
It's the furthest away from home I've ever been. If this isn't a prequel, that's gotta be Sam White. Oh, that's
Enchanting.
That's a girl. I wish I knew what time frame this was in. Is this 11sies or second breakfast? I can never tell.
There's something in the mud. Looks like a footsie.
That looks like a scary footsie.
You know how dogs love berries?
2 spiked toes Just your average dog.
Time to go.
Ooh, that's a nasty looking wolfo. But now are they going to bring it back to their... I can't call it Hobbiton, because it's not really exactly what we had before. Maybe it is still called Hobbiton. Looks more like a moving caravan or something more than a permanent settlement.
Spring rain?
He kind of looks like Neil Patrick Harris, doesn't he?
That is going to be legend. Wait for it. Dairy.
Council regrets to inform you, you won't be permitted to attend the next session. Elf Lords only.
Is this his downward trend to the Sith, just like Anakin? There's definitely going to be a love triangle soon.
When you cross over, you hear a song, one whose memory we all carry. I half expected you to arrive caked in grime.
I guess I just realized she did come back home with him. She didn't go on by herself.
This proves Sauron escaped. He's still out there.
Just coming back to get him and
Tend to
Aragorn,
ask
maybe?
if the
I
king
don't know.
of fresh company.
Fresh company. There you go.
Must you speak of leaving again so soon? I want to hear about your harrowing journey.
Why, Elrond, you really have become a politician.
Elrond is who Hugo Weaving played last time, right? It's been so long since I've actually watched the trilogy. I was going to watch it before this, but I didn't want to, like, compare them too harshly, you know?
You who defied the High King by refusing to heed any limit placed upon you has chosen to honor your accomplishments rather than dwell upon your insolence. You may find him less receptive than you might have hoped.
Are you going to arrange an audience?
She's one-track minded.
That is still your wish. You shall have it.
You hear about the travelers?
Travelers?
Right up on that ridge.
You went to the old farm again. I was careful. We never get hunters up here. Or wolves. Wonder if there's trouble. Haven't you ever wondered what else is out there?
Elves have forests to protect, dwarfs their mines, then their fields of grain. But we Harfoots are free from the worries of the wide world. Nobody goes off trail and nobody walks alone.
You know, it doesn't look as nice. It looks more, I don't know, tribal, I guess. But like, you know, outside stoves and stuff. I mean, kind of like living 1800s-ish. I don't know if you watch the Townsends on YouTube, but that's kind of like how it seems to me that they're living, is very off the land. Like she said, not a part of everything. But this has to be even before Bilbo's time, I'm guessing.
Morgoth fell an age ago. For centuries now, these soldiers have swept across crag and crevice, washing away the last remnants of our enemy like a spring.
He's heard that speech once or twice.
Our days of war are over.
About that, I want to go on another expedition. Does she not like him, or is it her father and she's just not accepting of what he's trying to do?
They will be granted passage across the sea of Valinor. They are going home!
Okay, so this is the city they established when they got to Middle-earth. Why aren't... I guess they're just trying to keep a foothold here. I was just saying, why can't they go home? Looks like something that Gandalf would do. It's a great looking set. I know it's probably all digital back there, but I mean, really good design.
I suppose some part of me always believed my rest would be here, but instead I am to leave them.
This is the gift of your king.
And why is the king living here instead of going back to across the water?
My brother gave his life. His task is now mine.
Your mystery sigil. I shared it with the High King.
Oh, is the High King the one across the river?
The evil is gone.
Then why is it not gone from in here? But you have not seen what I have seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not seen what I have seen. It waits, and in the moment of our complacency, it blinds us.
In the darkness binds us.
You believe seeking him out will satisfy you? No one has ever refused the call. Do so now, it may never come again. You will linger here, an outcast.
You say I have won victory over all the horrors of Middle-earth, yet you would leave them alive in me.
You know, she has like a Jodie Comer thing going on, doesn't she?
Into the land of winterless spring.
I think it's like the intense crazy eye things she's got going there.
If but a whisper of a rumor of the threat you perceive proves true, I will not rest until it is put right. Put up your sword.
Neil Patrick Harris and Jodie Comer star in Lord of the Rings. Humans represent! This look like a couple of rangers, maybe? Or no, those are elves, aren't they?
On there.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't know.
Care for a drink, soldier?
Why isn't he wearing clothes?
A fellow passed through a few days back, said his grazing's gone rotten.
Where was he from?
Go, nigh fears. It's a
Fears?
bloody patch of grass. The lot you lump us in with died off 1,000 years ago.
So it's 1,000 years since that first time, so from when she was a girl to now, it's 1,000 years.
Our true king will return. Quench the fire.
Hey, it's Belle.
Give me a hand.
Is that an HP potion, or?
Alfred seeds. I've not seen this flower since I was a child.
I had to trade with another healer. Are there healers among your kind?
We call them artificers. And most wounds to our bodies heal of their own accord, so...
That is some pretty cool armor like that. I don't know what it is, like a skull design or something?
Until next time, then.
Old man tree. Don't look too guilty over there.
If the Watchwarden were to discover what it is that you're doing, keeping watch over them without having to keep one eye squarely on you.
So the elves are like the police?
I think you talk too much, and you smell of rotten leaves.
No, I don't.
So would they like subjugate humans then?
Only twice in known history has a pairing between elves and humans even been attempted.
Is that one of the lights of Gondor, I think it's called? When they had to like light all the pillars or something?
The High King has declared the days of war are over. We're leaving.
Okay. So this is definitely before the movies, I'm taking it. Before The Hobbit. But I don't know, I don't see a bonfire there. Like a signal fire.
This place was once a barren scrap of rock,
It has changed much.
but the men who live here have not.
That was long ago.
Mark this, Arondir, that for 79 years you've kept watch over the men and women of Tirharad, not because of what their ancestors once did, but because of who they still are.
Wow, there's definitely some parallel between like police and lower income areas and stuff like that. That's exactly what they're trying to do. These people don't change. Their ancestors were criminals, so they are blah blah blah. It's like, yeah, but you know, they do change, just you don't.
Hardly slept. Mice were dancing a proper jig under the floorboards. What's one of them doing here?
What'd I say?
Where's the rest of your company?
Most likely searching for me.
Say what you wish to say.
I have said it already, 100 times over, in every way but words.
Mother, there's a man here for you.
Yeah, he's right there.
You heal animals too? She's got some sort of a sickness. What was that?
That's nasty.
If I leave now, I can reach it by dusk.
I'm going with you.
You got a kid.
Is it true about your mum?
She banging the knife here.
Who told you that?
Everybody. That's why your father run off like he done.
My father didn't run off.
Then what happened to him? Don't even know, do you?
Why are you hanging out with this kid? Because there's nobody else, I'd imagine, but...
This is the real bounty.
Oh. Like a orc dagger?
Watch it!
That blood awakening or something. Well, that's a sword.
She has passed beyond my sight. Galadriel was so certain her search should continue.
If it had, she might have kept alive the very evil she sought to defeat. What you did was right.
It is hard to see what is right when friendship and duty are mingled.
Are you acquainted with the work of Lord Celebrimbor?
I've admired his artistry since I was a child.
I recognize that name, but I don't know who he is.
We've decided that you will be working with him. I'll allow you to explain the details, Lord Celebrimbor.
Oh, that's Celebrimbor. Calibrim Dumbledore.
Now the stars. Eyes open when they should be sleeping. Almost like they're watching for something.
Watching for what?
You are far too curious and meddlesome to have been born a Harfoot.
Tell me.
The skies are strange.
On my way.
You know, so far she's cute. I like her, you know, as the series is Frodo. She's very easily likable. Innocent and just like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? That kind of personality.
The only kind touch I've known all my days. This land.
Uh-oh. Guess we'll find out what that was next episode, maybe. Taking off their armor and weapons, like a no more war kind of thing. She just like abducts that boat and we're going to war. If only Eddie would have saw those bats, huh? That's bringing back the feels. You ever just like spontaneously broken out into him? Why does it seem sinister?
Do you know why a ship floats and a stone cannot?
It's a trap. Even the fucking trees walked in those movies.
Sometimes we cannot know until we have touched the darkness.
And that's where it comes back. Oh, she jumped. You were on a very long journey. what is that? Why did it seem like they were going to like another dimension or something? I thought the map showed that it was like across the sea. There's the blight or whatever that was. Glad it wasn't that big of a meteor. Don't want a Tunguska event in Hobbiton. What the hell is that? Okay, naked dude in a crater. All right. I doubt there's gonna be anything after credit scenes-y, but all right, everybody, that was The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power, Season 1, Episode 1, A Shadow of the Past. That's a mouthful like every episode. I thought overall that was a really good start to the season. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anybody's name except for Galadriel. We got some hobbits in there, some humans, some human elf action going on. It looks like it's like right after they disbanded all those, I think they're called like the Lights of Gondor towers. That's not what they're called, but those were like the Lights of Gondor, right? They had to light them to let the men know to go to the fortress. It's been so long since I've seen them, but it looks like they're all starting to disband, and I think that's like when Sauron starts to like amass his forces. And as we saw, there was like a being that crashed down to Earth. I guess that's why there wasn't like a shockwave, because there was just a dude in there. My only guess on who that is, I think that might be Gandalf, possibly, because I do know just from like watching Stephen Colbert and from Tolkien Talk, I think I remember them saying that Gandalf is like an angel or a god or some kind of higher being or something, so maybe that is Gandalf finally coming to our realm, maybe? I don't know. I could be completely wrong on that. Maybe he was talking about Sauron. Speaking of, Sauron looked really cool from the few times we saw him. His design looked kind of similar, but also like more long, stretched, maybe more narrow than I think we saw him before. But overall, you know, still sinister, still cool looking. Like I said, I don't know exactly when this takes place. I think it is before the movies and before The Hobbit with Bilbo. So I guess maybe this is like a brand new story in The Lord of the Rings, and it's not just like a retelling of the main books, I guess. I don't know. But it is interesting to see how it's going to play out and unfold. So anyway, guys, what did you think of this first episode? You got to let me know in the comment box down below. And honestly, overall, I thought the costumes looked pretty decent. A few times I was like, I could see like a seam or like a rivet mark in like the back of their little crown things. It looked okay for the most part, but I mean, I think with like the filters and stuff they put on afterwards to give it like that glow, it does look a lot better than I was anticipating. But yeah, let me know what you thought about them in the comment box down below. And if you like my reaction and you want to see more, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe and hit that little bell in the corner, because it'll tell you when my next video comes out, which is usually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I also do some bonus videos and stream hardly ever. And if you guys want to support the channel financially, the Patreon and everything else is down below. And with the Patreon, you're going to get these full reactions a week or weeks before the YouTube audience. So if that interests you, go check that out. If not, they'll be on the YouTubes eventually. I guess that's going to be about it for this episode, because I want to go jump into the next one. And I just realized, like, the way that I have my channel set up right now, Mondays it's going to be House of the Dragon, Tuesdays it's going to be Lord of the Rings, and then Thursday it's going to be She-Hulk, and then Friday it's going to be Orphan Black. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see like medieval shows battling it out, and then Tatiana shows battling it out. So yeah, I guess we're going to have to see how that plays out, and who the victor is as far as like views goes. So anyway, guys, thank you so very much for watching. You know I love and appreciate every single one of you. And remember, if you're going to go outside, wear that mask, don't be an ass, and I will see you all next week for some more The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. Take it easy, guys.
It is hard to see what is right when friendship and duty are mingled.